So let's talk about Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. This is the last DCEU movie until the new universe starts with James Gunn with Superman Legacy. So let's talk about the trailer. The trailer looks pretty good to me. I really enjoyed Aquaman, the first Aquaman. I really enjoyed the first Aquaman. It had all the humor and the action that I really enjoyed. The special effects were really good, and I think Jason Momoa did a really good job as Aquaman. He brought something different to that character. I love the classic suit on Jason Momoa. I think it's the most comic book accurate superhero costumes I've ever seen in a superhero movie, so I'm glad that they had that in the movie. I really enjoyed the first movie. I liked Ocean Master. Patrick Wilson did a great job as Ocean Master. I think Ocean Master is a very interesting character. That's why he's one of the big bads of Aquaman. Even in the comic books, Ocean Master was very interesting. And I like his design in the movie too. That whole silver and purple thing. It's just very unique. Like, I really enjoyed that. That Ocean Master looked great. And their fight scenes in the first movie looked really good. Then Black Manta was really good in the first movie. He didn't have a lot to do in the first movie, but obviously in this sequel he's obviously going to have more, which we'll talk about later. They made the giant helmet thing work in that movie, because that was like the one thing I was like, do they have the balls to like do the helmet thing for Black Manta? Or are they gonna chicken out and just not do it? But no, they did. They did the whole giant black helmet, that iconic helmet that Black Manta like wears. So I was happy that they did that. Say what you will about the DC movies, but when it comes to costume design, I think they did a really good job with everybody. They did a good job with Batman. They did a good job with Wonder Woman, Superman, Aquaman, obviously. I think where they kind of lost their way a little bit, even with the most recent Flash movie, was the Flash costume still didn't gel with me for some reason. I actually prefer the TV show costume a little bit better, just because it looks more traditional Flash. I don't know, the movie, it was fine, but the costume was just off for some reason for me. I don't know. Some people may disagree. But yeah, they were brave enough to do Black Manta with a giant helmet, so I was happy about that, because that's like one of the defining features of that character. Like, don't take away one of the defining features of that character. Don't water it down. And we know that the universe is ending with this movie, so, because man, us as DC fans have had a really rough year when it comes to our movies. Blue Beetle, which I really enjoyed a lot actually, didn't do well at the box office. Then we had The Flash, which I enjoyed. Not a perfect movie, but I still enjoyed aspects of it. The emotional core of that movie I really enjoyed. The problem I had with The Flash is the effects were just not where they should have been. Like, I don't know what happened there, but the effects just didn't look right. And Shazam was just an okay movie. It was like mediocre. It wasn't like the greatest movie ever. It wasn't unwatchable, but it wasn't like, oh my god, this is great. No, it was a decent movie. So I didn't outright hate everything, unlike Black Adam, which I actually, the more I think about that movie, the more angry I get, because so much wasted potential because the actor wanted Dwayne Johnson just wanted this vanity project to be all about him when there was obviously more interesting characters in the movies like Dr. Fate, especially Dr. Fate and Hawkman. Wasted potential. We'll probably never. Hopefully, we'll see those characters again, even if it's played by different people. It's just really sad that that movie wasted so much potential of those characters. Well, I'm going on a tangent about past movies, but we're talking about Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. I think that the trailer looks pretty good. Like, there's been rumors that they've been having test screenings and it's so bad that people walked out. But, you know, people say a lot of things about movies when they first came out, that they're unwatchable, and then when it actually comes out, it wasn't true. So I have faith that this movie will at least be entertaining, even if the rumors are that, you know, it's bad. I hope not. I mean, they said that about the first Wonder Woman. They said that the first Wonder Woman test screenings were terrible, and that turned out to be one of the best DC movies to come out. So, not so much 84, but that's a discussion for another topic video. But yeah, visually, the new Lost Kingdom looks like an upgrade from the first movie. It looks a little bit darker. I think the storyline might be slightly darker, but it still has the humor. Obviously, because you have Jason Momoa, who has this charisma and stuff, so you still have the humor in there. I was glad to see Nicole Kidman is back as her character, so that was nice to see. Surprisingly, Mara only has like one scene in this trailer. But Mara, to me, was the weakest thing from the last movie, so if I don't see her that much in the new movie, I'm not going to shed a tear. So, yeah, she was the weakest thing from the first movie anyways. Yeah, visually, everything looks great. Like, seeing Aquaman on a giant seahorse is very Aquaman to me, so that was cool to see. And then my favorite stuff that was in the trailer was we're definitely going to get more Black Manta. More Black Manta is good to me, because what I've seen in the trailer and the fight scenes and the way he looks in the actual movie, he looks amazing. Like that, oh, I cannot wait to see him in action. Like, that was like the best stuff in the trailer, by the way. And seeing Orm back, Patrick Wilson as Ocean Master again, and seeing the dynamic with Aquaman, Jason Momoa. So that will be very interesting to see, though, their dynamic as they try to work together. I wonder if he's going to double cross him at the end. I kind of hope he does, because that seems very Ocean Master of him to do that. And then the mythology about the Black Trident, and it seems like Black Manta is slightly possessed, and maybe he gets enhanced powers because of this trident. So I would like to see what the mythology around that trident, and what is Black Manta ultimate endgame, because it seems like it's more than just ruining Aquaman's life. So I would like to see that explored, and the mythology with Atlantis and those tridents and all that stuff. Also, because James Wan is the director of this movie, he directed the first one too. I also see hints of more horror in this, because he's a known horror director. That's where he started. He started the Conjuring series. I think he did the first two. Yes, I think he did the first two. And then he did Malignant, which is a bonkers horror movie. Some people either love that movie or some people hate it, but I kind of liked it because it was so crazy. Malignant was so crazy, but it was good. I like horror movies. But he James Wan directed the first movie, and since comes from horror, you could see in the new trailer that there's like undead zombies or something. I mean, there was hints of horror in the first movie with the trench, which the trench had amazing design in the first movie. So I would like to see all the creatures and monsters of the deep explored more in this movie, which it looks like that's what we're getting. We're going to get monsters and creatures of the deep, and that's going to be exciting. Overall, it looks promising, despite all the rumors of it being terrible and stuff and not being a good movie. But I have faith. Maybe it's just the optimistic person in me. And being a DC fan, I just really want this to be a good movie, because I would like, whether it's Jason Momoa playing Aquaman again or somebody else, I would just like to see Aquaman again in some capacity, because it's the same with the Flash. Even though the Flash didn't do well, I hope they don't bench the Flash forever and we're never going to see the Flash again. Or we're never going to see... Just because a movie doesn't do well doesn't mean the character has to get punished for it. Because I don't think the character was the problem. I think it was just the creative choices of those movies. So I really hope that this Aquaman The Lost Kingdom is actually good. And at least the DCEU will end on a more positive note before we start the new rebooted DCU. Because we're dropping the E. It's not DCEU anymore. It's DCU. Just like MCU. But for DC. That, you know, just end on a positive note before we start the new universe with James Gunn and Superman Legacy in 2025. Or 2026, depending on when the strike is over. But I'm going on a tangent again. I just hope this movie's good. From the trailers, it looks good. It looks fun. What more can you ask for? Action, comedy, great special effects. I mean, I just really want it to be good. So, yeah, those are my thoughts on the Aquaman trailer for The Lost Kingdom. I'll be in the theaters with all the fans. Hopefully, it's not a disaster. All right. See you guys. Bye.